On November 3rd, Governor Gavin Newsom announced that he's pausing the third round of grants to local jurisdictions in addressing homelessness. The third round of the grants provides a share of $1 billion to every county continuum of care and the 13 largest cities in the state. It requires recipients to have a homelessness action plan to prevent and reduce homelessness at the community level. Newsom said, "As a state, we are failing to meet the urgency of this moment. Collectively, these plans set a goal to reduce street homelessness 2% statewide by 2024. At this pace, it would take decades to significantly curb homelessness in California. This approach is simply unacceptable." Zach Southall, founder of Charity on Wheels, a homeless outreach nonprofit in Orange County, talked about the results he sees with the existing programs.
I have to say, I'm pleased that they want to do more. That's a wonderful thing, to help our brothers and sisters on the street. In my mind, it hasn't been successful. They spent a lot of money, and what do we have to show for it?
He says some of the current approaches in tackling homelessness haven't been bearing fruit. One condition of the grants is that each jurisdiction must submit a plan to reduce homelessness and increase permanent housing to the state for approval. Southall focuses on self-reliance, reaching out to homeless individuals and transforming their lives. He says there are good programs that work on personal responsibility.
If you put a bunch of drug addicts in a house, what could go wrong? People need to start changing their behaviors and taking, again, personal responsibility. I keep harping on this. If they don't do that first, before you put someone into a house, a taxpayer paid facility or home, I think you're just jumping on that merry-go-round. Again, they're just going to fall back off it.
Newsom plans to convene local leaders in mid-November to identify new strategies in reducing homelessness on the streets. Southall would like the focus to be on the vulnerable groups.
We've had to focus our resources in on those most vulnerable who are, we've got so many seniors now living in their cars or living in the park, and we've got so many single moms living in hotels and motels and their cars with kids, and it's untenable. So it needs to change. So I'm cautiously optimistic that maybe the focus will be pushed. Moved a little bit towards those folks.
According to Newsom's office, the state provided over $1.5 billion through the Homeless Emergency Aid Program, and the additional $1 billion will be held off until the November meeting. David Lamb, NTD News, California.